Formula One, a sport defined by speed, precision, and razor-sharp competition. But what happens when the pursuit of victory crosses the line into betrayal? Imagine you're standing at the pinnacle of the sport, locked in a fierce battle for the World Championship. But what if behind the curtain, hidden in the shadows, one team has something more than just an edge on the track? What if they had the secret key to your success? The technical blueprints of your car, your strategies, your inner workings, and everything that makes your team tick? What would you do? How far would you go for victory? This is the story of Spygate, the biggest scandal in Formula One history. A tale of betrayal, stolen secrets, and one of the fiercest rivalries in motorsport. This is not just about racing, this is about power, deceit, and how a single act of treachery nearly brought one of the greatest teams in Formula One crashing down. The year is 2007. The Formula One season is electrifying, and the championship fight is tighter than ever. McLaren, a team known for its speed and innovation, is in an intense battle with Ferrari, the powerhouse of Italian motorsport. McLaren, with a dynamic duo of Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, seems unstoppable. Lewis Hamilton, a rookie with the heart of a champion, has taken the sport by storm. Alonso, a two-time world champion, is hungry for more, determined to add yet another title to his name. Hamilton, despite being a rookie, is defying the odds, pushing McLaren to new heights. Alonso, however, feels the pressure. It's his championship to lose, and within the McLaren garage, tension is brewing. Two titans, both determined to come out on top. But while the battle rages on the track, behind the scenes, something far more sinister is unfolding. Ferrari, the only team capable of standing in McLaren's way, is fighting back, but they have no idea that the biggest battle they'll face this season won't be on the track. Kimi Räikkönen, known as the Iceman, is Ferrari's ace, a driver known for his calm, icy demeanor and relentless speed. Ferrari is counting on him to bring the championship home. But what neither Räikkönen nor Ferrari could foresee was that their most trusted secrets were being stolen from under their noses. To understand how Spygate unfolded, you need to know the man at the heart of the betrayal, Nigel Stepney, a name that would soon become infamous in Formula One. Stepney was one of Ferrari's most senior figures. He had been part of the team through their glory days, working with Michael Schumacher and helping the team secure multiple world championships. But by 2007, Stepney's loyalty to Ferrari had faded. Stepney had grown bitter, disillusioned with his role within the team. He felt sidelined, overlooked by Ferrari's management, despite his years of service. His resentment began to fester, and soon Stepney would take matters into his own hands. But his plan wasn't just to leave Ferrari quietly. No. Stepney had something far more destructive in mind. Stepney had access to Ferrari's most closely guarded secrets, their car's technical specifications, their race day strategies, their future developments. It was all there, and Stepney knew exactly how valuable this information would be to Ferrari's rivals. But Stepney didn't just want to leave Ferrari, he wanted revenge, and he knew exactly who to go to. Stepney reached out to Mike Coughlin, the chief designer at McLaren. What Stepney offered wasn't just gossip or minor details, it was the blueprint for Ferrari's entire season. In 780 pages of documents, Stepney handed over Ferrari's crown jewels, the technical data that made their car one of the fastest on the grid. The aerodynamic setups, fuel strategies, and race configurations, it was all there. Everything McLaren would need to gain a crucial advantage over Ferrari. With these documents in hand, McLaren suddenly had access to Ferrari's entire operation. This wasn't just a minor competitive edge, it was the ultimate inside knowledge. They could now anticipate Ferrari's every move, understand their car's strength and weaknesses, and adjust their strategies accordingly. But most of McLaren's team had no idea where this information had come from. The engineers at McLaren continued their work, believing their success was down to their talent and ingenuity. But the truth was, they were benefiting from information obtained through espionage. And as the season continued, McLaren's performance improved. Hamilton's rise was unstoppable, and Alonso was pushing harder than ever. But Ferrari was growing suspicious. Ferrari's engineers noticed something strange. McLaren seemed to know too much. Their performance was eerily perfect, almost as if they knew Ferrari's strategies before they were implemented. Ferrari was right to be suspicious, but they had no idea just how deep the betrayal ran. The turning point came in the most unexpected way. In a small copy shop in Surrey, England, Coughlin's wife, Trudy, was spotted making copies of the Ferrari's documents. She had no idea that her actions would unravel the entire conspiracy. A Ferrari employee, sharp-eyed and suspicious, noticed the Ferrari logo on the document and immediately reported it. This was the spark that ignited the fire. Ferrari's internal investigation began immediately. They quickly realized the magnitude of the situation. Their secrets had been compromised, and the finger was pointed directly at McLaren. Stepney's betrayal was undeniable, and now Ferrari had the evidence they needed to take action. But this wasn't just a case of internal sabotage. This was a case of industrial espionage, and Ferrari wasn't going to let it go quietly. In July 2007, Ferrari escalated the matter to the FIA, Formula One's governing body. The FIA launched a full-scale investigation into McLaren. The stakes couldn't have been higher. If McLaren were found guilty of using the stolen data, the consequences would be severe. Ferrari had compiled a mountain of evidence, documents, testimonies, and the undeniable proof of Stepney's involvement. The case against McLaren was building, and soon the world would be watching. We deeply regret the situation, but I want to make it clear, McLaren did not use the Ferrari data to develop our car. We're cooperating fully with the FIA's investigation, and we're confident that we'll be cleared of any wrongdoing. McLaren's defense was simple. Yes, they had received the documents, but they insisted that they had never used them to influence their car's development. McLaren claimed their car's performance was the result of their own hard work and ingenuity, and that the Ferrari data had played no role in their success. But Ferrari wasn't convinced, and neither were the FIA investigators. The more they dug, the more they found, and what they found would soon spell disaster for McLaren. On September 13, 2007, the FIA handed down their final verdict. McLaren was found guilty of possessing Ferrari's confidential information. The punishment was unprecedented. McLaren was fined $100 million, the largest fine ever imposed in the history of sport. But that wasn't all. McLaren was also stripped of all their Constructors' Championship points for the 2007 season. This meant that, no matter how well they performed on the track, McLaren could not win the Constructors' title. For McLaren, this was a disaster. Their championship hopes were destroyed in an instant. Their $100 million fine crippled the team financially, and their reputation was in tatters. For Ron Dennis and McLaren, it was the darkest day in the team's history. But for Ferrari, it was a victory of a different kind. They had fought for justice, and they had won. But the shadow of Spygate would haunt the 2007 season forever. Ferrari had won the off-track battle, but the damage was done. The 2007 season, once hailed as one of the greatest championship battles, was now marred by scandal. And for McLaren, the fallout would be felt for years to come. The fallout from Spygate didn't just hit McLaren financially, it tore the team apart from within. The relationship between Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton, already strained by their on-track rivalry, completely fell apart. Alonso, frustrated with McLaren's handling of the situation and his internal battle with Hamilton, made the decision to leave the team at the end of the season. Hamilton, despite the turmoil around him, continued to fight for the Drivers' Championship. But the final race of the season, his dreams of becoming world champion were dashed. Hamilton narrowly missed out on the title, losing by just a single point to Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen. For Ferrari, the 2007 season ended with Kimi Raikkonen being crowned world champion, but the victory was bittersweet. The joy of winning the title was overshadowed by the controversy that had plagued the season. Spygate had left its mark, and the sport would never be the same again. Years have passed since Spygate, but the scandal's legacy remains. It forced Formula One to rethink how teams handled sensitive data, how they protected their secrets, and how they competed on and off the track. The FIA implemented stricter regulations to ensure that no team could ever gain an unfair advantage through espionage again. But beyond the rules, Spygate changed the dynamics of the sport. Trust, once taken for granted, was now something every team had to earn. Formula One has always been about innovation, speed, and engineering brilliance. But after Spygate, it was also about something else, protecting what's yours. The sport had become a game of not just strategy on the track, but secrecy off it. The rivalry between McLaren and Ferrari would continue, but it would forever be shaped by the events of 2007. Spygate tested the limits of competition and raised fundamental questions about the ethics of Formula One. What do you think? Was McLaren's punishment fair, or was it too severe? And how should Formula One move forward to ensure that something like this never happens again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Formula One's biggest scandal, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. In the world of Formula One, the race for glory isn't just about speed, it's about strategy, secrecy, and sometimes scandal. I'll see you in the next one.